Ok, donc du coup, c'est parti pour un premier live sur Disco Elysium. J'ai eu l'occasion de le terminer une première fois au moment de sa sortie, pas directement au moment, peut-être quelques semaines après sa sortie. Je n'ai jamais testé le patch français et la version définitive qui est sortie il y a quelques mois. Du coup, c'est un peu en une bonne période, je pense, pour faire une seconde partie. L'objectif, du coup, ça va être de faire entièrement le jeu en live, ce qui devrait prendre entre une vingtaine et une trentaine d'heures. Quand ce sera pas en live, ça sera diffusé sur YouTube, des rediffs des plus simples, hein, à base de l'ensemble du live enregistré, et on balance ça sur YouTube, et puis voilà. Du coup, je vais commencer une nouvelle partie. Et sur ma première partie, j'avais joué en philosophe, il me semble. Donc j'ai plutôt personnalisé. J'avais fait un mélange entre le philosophe et le sensible. Donc je vais partir en personnalisé. Et on va jouer avec, je pense, un bon niveau en vigueur, en motricité, faible intellect, parce que ça c'est quelque chose que j'avais monté déjà au début, une psyché horrible. Ça pourrait être marrant. Ouais, ça pourrait être marrant de voir. J'ai bien envie de voir ce que ça donne comme jeu en étant très, très physique et très, très motricité, ce que l'inverse en fait de ce que j'ai fait une première fois, voir au niveau des possibilités qui s'offrent d'une façon totalement différente. Bon. Alors, dans ce que j'avais développé le plus, j'avais développé l'encyclopédie qui est très intéressante. Conceptualisation, c'est des choses que je connais. Alors du coup, je vais prendre... Tu vois, oui. Je vais peut-être prendre de la perception. Il pourrait être pas mal. Si vous avez vu votre oui. Alors il y a des choses qui peuvent être plutôt marrantes, je pense. Ok, c'est les coutures, accrochez-vous à la vie. J'aimerais bien tester une fois en électrochimie, rejoignir la stratosphère. C'est toute l'attirance en rapport avec les cigarettes, alcool, drogues diverses. Ce qui pourrait être marrant, mais je vais éviter de trop développer l'électrochimie, même si c'est une des voix dans nos têtes qui apparaît assez rapidement, on va dire, dans le jeu. Mais j'ai bien envie de voir de la motricité. Clair-obscur, c'est quoi? Intimider les gens, c'est pas vraiment mon objectif. Je suis pas tellement dans l'intimidation. Je vais continuer avec la perception. Ça peut être intéressant après aussi. On va commencer comme ça. Il va être plutôt marrant. Donc je vais me taire. Et on va voir ce que ça donne du coup.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Alors on se réveille.
Ever.
On se réveille après.
Never, ever.
Après une gueule de bois des plus sportives et des plus impressionnantes, on va dire. Donc.
Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. Yes, It is.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just night swimming. I know you do, baby. I know. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
J'aime beaucoup l'option de...
All right. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the soul, bloated man meet around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Option 1 ou qui...
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Donc du coup on débute après une gueule de bois monumentale, on ne sait plus où on est. D'où le portrait inexistant avec juste un nez rouge qui ressort, et là c'est notre héros du jour. Du coup je vais récupérer le pantalon. Les options qui apparaissent comme ça, c'est par rapport à une action qu'on a faite ou qu'on a vue. On va voir ce que ça donne.
Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Donc en fait, les compétences, c'est des sortes de voix dans notre tête, globalement. C'est à peu près ça le plus clair. Donc vu que j'ai augmenté ma perception, c'est elle qui va réagir le plus au début du jeu avec ce qui se passe. Il s'avère que des fois, les voix dans notre tête ne sont pas d'accord entre elles, ce qui fait des grands moments d'engueulade en interne plutôt mémorables.
It says whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Perception a l'air très sérieux au niveau de sa voix. Il est un peu grave. Récupérer la veste. Donc j'ai mon petit blazer. Je vais voir ce qui s'est passé à la fenêtre.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Donc, je fais une projection analytique et il met le pourcentage de réussite. Je vais voir dehors.
Light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Donc c'est facile avec 58%. On va tester.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Donc, j'ai la projection qui réagit à ce qui se passe, avec le portrait de projection analytique qui apparaît de ce côté-là.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Alors, là, du coup, on se rend compte, grâce à la projection analytique, de ce qui s'est passé, en fait. Son objectif, c'est de projeter dans l'espace, de montrer ce qui s'est passé, d'imaginer ce qui s'est passé. Ça va être intéressant pour la suite du jeu. Et donc là, on voit que là, il y a l'objet qui a choqué et qui a explosé les vitres. Donc il s'avère qu'on a jeté notre propre chaussure à travers la fenêtre. Je peux jouer la mauvaise foi, peut-être que ce n'était pas moi.
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
J'en ai pas besoin, j'ai besoin de personne. Bon.
The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Donc là, on a obtenu notre première quête, à savoir aller récupérer notre chaussure. Là, j'ai une bobine vide. Je vais récupérer la chaussure, du coup. Donc, pied gauche. Et là, on va regarder. Ok. Donc, on se rend compte qu'on a détruit l'enregistrement un peu partout. Et une bouteille qui traîne au sol. Et là, on se rend compte que il y a une sorte de cravate qui tourne. Donc on va voir.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Alors, on peut voir pour tirer sur le cordon du ventilateur, ou essayer d'attraper ma cravate tout de suite, ou tirer sur le cordon de l'ampoule. Chose que je ne vais pas faire, parce que vu que j'ai une gueule de bois, si j'allume la lumière, on va se prendre des dégâts. Donc je vais tirer sur le cordon du ventilateur. Ok. Bien sûr, on peut échouer en fait au fait d'attraper sa cravate. Attraper la cravate.
You swoop up and catch the tie.
Ça va.
Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Ok. Donc j'ai réussi à attraper la cravate. Et là, j'ai une chemise. Une porte que je ne peux pas ouvrir. Et un miroir.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Donc là, du coup, ça va nous permettre de découvrir notre visage, hein, vu qu'on ne sait plus qui on est et à quoi on ressemble. Je vais choisir vraiment pas du tout.
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. With all the synapses you've extinguished, it's a miracle you can even think this sentence. You've interrupted a true act of self-annulment here.
La électrochimie qui réagit parce qu'on s'est totalement bourré la gueule. Donc du coup, lui, ça l'intéresse. Donc je vais prendre la décision d'essuyer le
As you
miroir.
slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Donc là, il y a cours intérieur Inland Empire dans la version anglaise. Qui réagit, qui est quelque chose que j'avais beaucoup développé lors de ma première partie. Donc, j'aime beaucoup le choix 2.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
Ah.
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
Je vais continuer sur le délire de la superstar.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
La gueule qui fait vraiment flipper.
Oh
Quoi.
my god. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off.
Le portrait change en fonction de ce qui se passe.
What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens. You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something.
Ok. Donc là, j'ai deux choix par rapport à l'encyclopédie et par rapport à l'électrochimie. Donc, je vais pas les faire parce que 3% et 8%, c'est vraiment très faible. On pourra revenir plus tard et de voir ce qui se passe. Donc, on a mis à jour notre tête de winner. Et donc, je vais regarder ce que j'ai dans mon inventaire. Rien de particulier. Donc, on a l'inventaire avec l'équipement qu'on porte. Littéralement sur nous. Les vêtements, outils, objets. Et interagir, c'est qu'on a des objets qui permettent une interaction. Ça, c'est notre journal de quête. Donc, il faut que je trouve ma chaussure. Qui est une quête des plus épiques pour un début de jeu. Ouvrir cette porte. Ok. Des pièces. Je vais récupérer les pièces. Et je vais sortir pour récupérer ma chaussure. Il me paraît important. Beaucoup la musique. Donc, on est à l'extérieur. Et je vais peut-être baisser un peu le son de la musique. Parce que c'est vrai qu'elle est très bien, mais elle me paraît un peu... peut-être un petit peu vénère. Là, je vais baisser encore un tout petit. Hop. Vraiment pour que ça soit un fond, qu'elle soit présente, mais ouais, là ça me paraît bien. Animé, madame. L'auteur de la mer vous écœure. Donc j'ai mon autre chaussure du coup.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now. Truth.
Ok. On a récupéré notre deuxième chaussure. Bon, la première quête, récupérer notre chaussure parce qu'on a pété une fenêtre en étant complètement mort. Ça donne un peu une bonne idée de l'ambiance du jeu. Et là, du coup, je vais continuer. Il y avait quelqu'un qui était en train de fumer une cigarette. Cette personne. Et on va avoir un petit calendrier ici.
Hello, officer.
Donc elle m'appelait Monsieur l'agent. Parler.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Alors, vu que j'ai pris le miroir, je peux essayer de tester l'expression chelou sur elle. Que je ne vais pas faire. Hein, du coup. J'ai fait une promesse, donc je vais la tenir.
Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words a million times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes? You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol. Forever and ever.
And ever and ever. Out of the corner of your eye, you see the hair on the back of your hand standing on end. It feels as though low-grade lightning is coursing through you. You must be hypersensitive from the hangover.
Donc du coup, je peux lui demander est-ce qu'elle a entendu quelque chose de
There was the
particulier.
usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them. Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped, and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also, that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable.
Sounds like you were in some real fundamental pain there, muscle man.
I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it. It's 51.
Je peux lui demander la date parce que j'ai aucune idée de ce qui se
The
passe.
current century? Centuries don't have numbers, they have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Ok. Je peux lui demander pourquoi ils ont appelé. Ils en ont après la police.
The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here, on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
Donc là, il nous informe qu'il y a une tension avec les dockers, ce qui sera important. Hein, pour...
Glad to have been of assistance.
Ça a été un dialogue intéressant. Donc, elle a laissé un bout de mégot de cigarette, donc du coup, on peut avoir une réaction à ce qu'on a fait.
That fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Plaît-il.
The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Les gros bonus. Pas vraiment, hein. L'aspect bonus-malus, c'est pas très intéressant. Donc je peux aller toquer à sa porte, mais je vais pas le faire pour vous. Donc ouais, une nouvelle quête, trouver des clopes et fumer, du coup. J'ai laissé le dialogue avec électrochimie. On va voir ce qui se passe à l'étage du dessous de cette petite auberge, taverne, bar, hôtel. On a cassé une partie de la chambre pendant la nuit. Et surtout savoir pas pourquoi on est là en fait. Et pourquoi on est policier. D'après la dame à côté. Ok. Donc il y a un karaoké ici. On a des haut-parleurs connectés à la radio et donc j'ai une interaction qui apparaît. Avoir testé les trois
You should
choses.
totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul. Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. Whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. No, Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Donc là, du coup, comme autre mission, je vais avoir chanté au karaoké. Mais il me faut déjà des paroles avant de pouvoir le faire. Donc, il y a cette personne qui est vers le bar, donc je vais lui parler, voir ce qu'il a à me dire.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Empathie qui a complètement foiré. Échec, oui.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua, Steaquarius Skua."
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
Ok. Donc il m'a indiqué qu'il y a mon partenaire. Attendez juste à côté. Donc, il y a un extinct. Ah non, c'est un soin pour régénérer la santé ici. Un menu. Une porte. Ouais. Donc là, on nous parle de. Ça doit être la cantine du syndicat dont notre voisine d'étage nous a parlé qu'il y avait une tension avec la police. Donc il semblerait que nos compagnons, notre collègue, ça soit celui-là, donc on va lui parler.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Donc, est-ce que je vais essayer de m'inventer un nom là?
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Oh non. Donc, j'ai raté le fait de m'inventer un nom. Ok. Bah, c'est un super nom.
Yes, it is. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop.
Yes, well. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Alors, petite erreur de planning. Du coup, il y a eu un problème sur les 2 derniers jours. Par rapport à notre mission qui nous était attribuée, il y a quelque chose pas normal. Donc, est-ce que j'ai le temps de parler au patron? Donc, oui, du coup, je viens de lui
If you
parler.
don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Alors, est-ce que j'ai préparé les interrogatoires? Non, parce que je ne savais même pas il y a 5 minutes que j'étais policier, donc... Non.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Les cadavres, j'aime pas ça. Complètement, non. Le cadavre, quel cadavre?
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree? Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree? So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our number one concern.
Donc du coup, on se rend compte qu'on a une affaire de meurtre avec un homme pendu à un arbre derrière le bar il y a à peu près 7 jours et qu'on est là depuis à peu près 2 jours et qu'on n'a rien fait à part se murger totalement. Donc très bon début de partie. Ok.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that, so cigarettes will have to do.
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After it's been up in a tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable.
Delicate goods, filled with stinking horrors.
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Yes. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible.
Il s'avère
But
qu'on a
getting
pu,
the body down should still take precedence.
il s'avère qu'on a pu nos insignes de police et qu'on les a mis on ne sait pas où. C'est parti, Monkey.
After you, officer.
Ok. Donc on a notre compagnon.
A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor.
Donc là, on a des informations sur ce qu'il y a comme employeur à côté. Et on nous avait dit qu'il y avait des problèmes avec les dockers. Voilà, on se rend compte d'une personne qui est en train de ronfler.
Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
Je peux ramasser les pilules. Voler sa carte d'identité. Instrument physique. Le réveiller.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Le mec il est fou.
Why the yelling, man? Wait, what? I was just sleeping. What do you want, officer? Yeah, what about it? You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs.
Il a l'air fatigué,
If
le
someone
monsieur.
has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern? I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead.
You have a pretty solid
Ah.
feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be cautious here.
You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait, no. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal.
Vous avez fait
Thank
bourrer.
God, no.
Le petit grain de Malte, le rêve que j'ai eu.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No malt grains or whatever, no poetry stuff, just quality time.
Fuck sleep. Despite the headache and the queasiness, you feel like you've got at least a 10-kilometer run in you.
Je lui ai demandé
We
qui organise
are-
la grève.
The workers, the union, we know what we need. What's right for us. Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
Ok. Je lui ai demandé ce qu'il sait
That's
sur
the name of my employer. I
White
work
Pines.
in
Il a l'air d'être
logistics.
l'employeur du coin.
How's it going?
Le mec, il a la tête dans le cul. Il a un interrogatoire d'un flic bourré, quoi, putain.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? Good. We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines. For one, I could use some more shut-eye in the mornings. Right to work, right to sleep, I say.
Allez. Laissez faire dodo.
The
Hein.
dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the
Ok. Je vais laisser faire un gros dodo. Il a l'air fatigué, le petit docker. Que du coup, notre objectif principal, c'était d'aller parler au patron.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
Et donc, le héros de la destruction. Il y a des choix vraiment très très chaotiques. Hein. Comme je le disais, bon bah Raphaël, vu que c'est le prénom que je me suis inventé.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
this sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
C'est à moi.
Yes, Detective Cousteau. I have everything. You?
J'ai
Yes,
posé des
yes,
questions.
He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
L'autre, il me prend de haut où se trouve le corps. Qui l'a tué. Genre le mec, il va être au courant. Pourquoi Sylvie
She
est-elle
went away
partie?
because none of your business. Extra fine. Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that.
Alors,
Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
détail important, on lui demande où se trouve le corps, il répond c'est là qu'ils l'ont hissé à un arbre. Donc du coup, ça permet de rendre compte le fait qu'il est sans doute au courant des gens qui l'ont accroché, qui l'ont pendu en fait à cet arbre-là. Qui l'a tué, ça a l'air con comme question, mais...
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
He doesn't know. He just said they hoisted
Ouais,
him up on a tree.
voilà.
Who is this they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
Est-ce que vous l'avez tué, quoi? Ok.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Alors, vous éclipsez discrètement, ou c'est quoi des réels? Je ne sais pas ce que c'est.
Excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
C'est quoi de l'argent? Vous êtes en état d'arrestation. Pourquoi? Je pense que ça peut être marrant de le faire en mode vraiment très très chaotique.
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you
La fenêtre
annihilate.
cassée avec la chaussure.
The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
J'ai demandé du coup, c'est quoi de
What
l'argent?
are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra.
Je vais sortir la
Use
petite
it
monnaie.
for everything, really.
Euh,
Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130
Mais c'est
real.
affreux. Tu peux chouiner, quoi.
It is.
He demonstratively suppresses a world-weary sigh.
Ok.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask...
Good luck.
Ok. Donc il s'avère que je dois rembourser des sous.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Alors, encyclopédie.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Fort loin. Très bien.
In time or space?
Bah,
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
alors, du coup, les réflexions, c'est des choses qu'on se met dans notre esprit. Bah, c'est littéralement une réflexion. On peut les activer comme des sortes de compétences un peu plus spécifiques. Et avec le temps, il va y avoir une solution au problème qu'on s'est posé. Donc du coup, je vais intérioriser ce retour solitaire à la maison pour voir ce que ça donne comme solution et durée de l'intériorisation qui dure 6h05. Donc dans 6h05 dans le jeu, j'aurai la réponse à cette question du coup. Donc on a beaucoup de quêtes. Il faut que je rembourse la fenêtre. Il faut que j'appelle la personne qui a signalé le crime. Il faut que j'inspecte le corps. Il faut que j'appelle pour dire que j'ai perdu mon badge. Et il y a une personne en fauteuil roulant. Donc je vais la... Donc là on nous précise bien, c'est réservé pour le syndicat. Je vais lui parler.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Il fait peur quoi.
But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the Motley Crew. Hire her on the spot.
Whatever do you mean?
Le choix. Oh putain, le roulons ensemble quoi. C'est trop bien ça.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. I really would like to help out, but I don't want to slow you down. If it weren't for all the stairs and potholes in Martinez, I'd join you for sure.
Je vais demander des sous.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria
En faire.
itself located? Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there. But now she relaxes her shoulder. Outside, the melting snow seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first Maybells blossom.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
J'aime beaucoup la réponse 3. C'est Conan le barbare quoi. Des machines qui exécutent des calculs pour déterminer quelles sont les marches. Le choix numéro 5. Les radios sont utilisées pour contrôler les esprits des gens. Le choix. Je prends de la dictature du prolétariat.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
Donc elle nous informe sur la situation de la ville où on était, où il y a eu une sorte de révolution communiste, il semble, il y a plusieurs années qui a échoué.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are a great man.
La clair-obscur, quoi. Elle s'est vraiment rendu compte qu'on ne plus de rien. Donc il y a une révolution communiste qui a échoué il y a une vingtaine d'années. Et du coup, on est dans une sorte de ville du coup, qui est contrôlée par d'autres États. Qui est sous contrôle d'autres États, donc qui existe vraiment, alors qu'elle a eu une période de gloire il y a longtemps. Ok.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Kim Kitsurashi n'est pas les plus fun au début.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
Ok. Je
Of
vais y aller.
course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Donc elle nous a donné le petit stylo. Elle nous a donné un petit stylo. Et on a une nouvelle quête se renseigner sur la réalité. Du coup, on va sortir. On va sortir, on va essayer de s'occuper de ce pendu dans le jardin. Il fait un superbe temps.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Ok. Donc... Regardez ce qu'il y a de rue. Et... une poubelle. Du coup, je peux interagir avec cette barrière cassée. On va voir ce que j'en pense.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. Cop habit. This isn't case related, you think?
Je vais essayer.
No. These tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
Ok. Donc j'ai rien vu sur ces traces. Donc on va s'occuper du cadavre. Et... de viande pourrie. Sympathique. Oh, il y a un môme qui jette des cailloux.
Got this.
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno. Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Fuck that, Kuno. Yeah, right in the mouthhole.
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno. You should throw the rake at him, Kuno.
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Goddamn right he's not a gardener. He's an athlete. Every rock connects, making the battered corpse look just a little bit worse for wear.
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
What? You wanna fuck Kuno now? That's it? That's all you've got? No! Got your ass handed to you by the Kuno? Who's the man now, huh? Kuno's the man? You wouldn't believe the pussy Kuno tears up.
What was that, Kuno?
Nothing, see, nothing. Just slicing some bacon.
We
Ne fais rien.
shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit... You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
Le Night City, d'accord. La bonne référence à Cyberpunk. Bon, on va revenir au cadavre.
Kuno didn't smoke him if that's what you mean. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. You're testing Kuno's patience.
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
Ok. On va voir.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
Ok. Alors, du coup, le cadavre, et bon, il sent le cadavre. Donc je vais voir pour un peu me préparer, essayer de le décrocher. Il y a une personne avec des gants, ça pourrait être intéressant de peut-être lui parler. Nique la police sur le panneau, oui. Ok.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
The place looks the part. There's graffiti everywhere, and the traffic jam behind you is completely unregulated.
Of course. What can I help you with? Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
Qui sont les poulets?
I don't know anything about that either.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
No need to worry, we are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Since the street sign's messed up? Okay. What do you need? Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water, water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. Just drug addicts. There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. No problem.
She's very well composed, back straight.
Me? I am...
She hides it well, but behind the sweat and dirt there is something else.
Is there?
The quickness of the reply certainly does not prove you wrong.
I'm working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Really? None. Maybe just a tiny bit of annoyance.
Ok. Donc on a obtenu la paire des gants de jardinage. Il faudrait trouver du sel d'ammonium. Pour éviter de vomir. On nous a parlé d'une boutique qui était un peu plus haut, donc on va y aller. Donc, on se rend compte que tout est embouteillé ici. Il y a une personne. Ok. J'ai parlé à cette personne-là.
Welcome to Revachol.
Oh, cet accent français, anglais là.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Ah, Kim qui s'énerve un petit peu.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calm.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
Je voulais gratter une clope, quoi.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so. Apples? Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Ok. Donc là, on a la grève, mais j'essaie de prioriser le cadavre pour le moment. Je vais voir dans cette boutique. Une radio.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Petite Pharmaceutics logo.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Petite. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Ok. Pour l'instant, je peux rien acheter parce que je suis trop pauvre. Je sais plus le moyen de se faire un peu d'argent. Je vais voir pour appeler le commissariat avec la voiture.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion.
Okay.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Cold and heavy, like truth. You feel like you're reunited with truth once more. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Une pince coupante.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back. The smell of freshly treated leather, the lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in the cup holder, all seem to be whispering, I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner. At the bottom of the sea.
Ah. Alors, on a deux types de dégâts physiques et dégâts psychiques. Les dégâts physiques, ça va être des blessures ou des choses, par exemple une odeur forte ou quelque chose de vraiment physique. Psychique, ça va être des dégâts moraux en fait.
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that? The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox.
Donc je vais m'occuper de décrocher la
soft
radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
Je vais l'interroger sur Sylvie, celle qui travaillait dans le bar et qui est partie.
Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her
Électrochimie qui fait que de la merde.
a question about it.
No, not me. What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The union would get angry. You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers' union.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the union. I'm sorry about that. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Okay.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
You hear the call breaking up.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Oui, j'ai appelé du coup Sylvie. Ignorer Alice. J'ai pas envie de faire de la merde à l'appel. J'ai appelé le poste 41, donc le poste où je suis attribué.
10-2, 10-5, this is 41st, come in, over.
J'adore les voix dans le jeu.
10-4, what's your status? Over. 10-18, 10-20, over. State your message, sir. Over. 10-9, repeat message. Over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
1022, the captain. This sounds bad. Bad and scary. Like being called to the headmaster's office in school.
Is it him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh god damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
Donc, on se rend compte qu'ils sont bien... dans l'équipe, on a là une réputation pas particulièrement positive du coup. Donc ça se voit dans le dialogue où ils sont tous de ta gueule parce que t'as perdu ton badge. Et là, devant lui, s'il a aussi perdu son arme, on n'a plus d'armes. Donc oui.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying
C'est passé.
over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's...
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over.
J'ai besoin d'une assistance financière.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want?
He's asking for money.
La voix.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vigmar said...
Je vais rentrer chez moi.
Anything else, sir? Over. Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about it.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over. What? What is it? He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over. 10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over. Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over.
What? What is it?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Ok, donc on est dans une situation compliquée. Donc on a débloqué 3 outils qui peuvent être intéressants. On peut équiper du coup en main gauche et main droite la lampe torche qui nous permettra de voir à distance. Petite biche qui peut être intéressant. La pince qui peut être aussi intéressante. Donc je dois chercher mon arme, trouver mon insigne, rembourser les dégâts. Et trouver qui a appelé pour le crime. Et donc là j'ai validé un niveau du coup. Va me permettre peut-être. Alors les niveaux, je vais expliquer rapidement comment ça se passe. On peut augmenter un maximum, on peut investir un maximum de points en fonction de notre maximum ici. Donc par exemple si j'ai 1, donc je peux passer 1 point, vigueur j'ai 5, donc ça peut être 5 points maximum. Je vais gagner un... peut-être un niveau en sang-froid, ça pourrait être pas mal, je pense. Et... ok. Et donc... je pense que je vais m'arrêter là. Je vais reprendre... je reprendrai la prochaine fois et on fera le... on essaiera de décrocher le cadavre. Je pense qu'il me manque encore le médicament, donc je ferai peut-être quelques autres dialogues autour pour trouver de quoi me moucher, cacher un peu l'odeur. Sinon ça risque d'être un peu compliqué et donc on continuera la prochaine fois en voyant ce qui se passe.